All right, let's just get right into it. We're talking about a massive shift in how brands get built, how they get found, and honestly, how they're even remembered. All those old playbooks, they're basically being rewritten in real time by AI, by a whole new type of consumer, and by a search world that's, well, it's way bigger than just a Google search bar now. So let's dive in. Think about it. For years, we've all been playing by the same rules, right? For marketing, for SEO, for just getting noticed online. But what if all of that is just wrong now? What if those rules don't work anymore? That's really the big question we're tackling. Because let's be real, the ground has completely shifted under us. Okay, so here's the plan. We'll start with the soul of the brand itself. Then we'll get into the whole search everywhere thing. We'll talk about AI. Is it a friend or foe? We'll look at how to actually put it to work. And then we'll wrap it all up with a solid strategy for what to do next. All right, part one, the soul of the brand. Before we even think about tactics and tools, we've got to get back to basics. I mean, in a world that's just flooded with noise, the only thing that truly breaks through is a brand that actually has a soul. It wasn't that long ago that a brand was really just its logo. You see the Pepsi logos here changing over time. That was the brand. But that's just not enough anymore, not even close. Today, a brand is all about its values, its actions. It's a whole identity, right? It's a voice, how you sound, a persona, your personality, your quirks, what you stand for, and a platform, a place where your people, your audience, can actually jump in and be part of the story with you. So what do people actually want from these brands? One word, authenticity. I mean, look at this number. A massive 86% of people say it's a huge deal when they're deciding who to buy from or support. Think about it. We're all just swimming in content, and the only thing that makes you stop and pay attention is something that feels real, something that feels human. And here's the catch. You have to make that connection in the blink of an eye. Seriously, on your phone, you're giving a piece of content just 1.7 seconds of your time. That's it. It's like a super fast emotional handshake. If you don't connect in that instant, you're gone. It's not about how many people you reach anymore. It's about how many people you move. And this, of course, brings us to AI. This is maybe the biggest tension for any brand right now. Is AI your collaborator, a tool that helps you tell your story better, or is it becoming the creator itself, telling the story for you? How you answer that is going to shape everything you do. Okay, part two. So if your brand has to be this real, authentic thing, where does it actually need to be? The old answer was simple, Google. The new answer? Literally everywhere. This is what we're calling the search everywhere revolution. So forget the old neat and tidy sales funnel. That's gone. Now we're in what's called the messy middle. Just think about how you buy something. You might see an ad on Instagram, then you jump over to TikTok to see what real people are saying. Maybe you ask a question on Reddit, then you watch a few comparison videos on YouTube. It's not a straight line. It's this chaotic back and forth loop. So how do you even deal with that mess? You need a totally new strategy. Let's call it Search Everywhere Optimization, or SEO 2.0. The goal isn't just to rank on Google anymore. It's about building so much authority that you become citable, not just for search engines, but for all the AI tools and other platforms that are scraping the entire web for answers. And that means the battlefield has gotten way, way bigger. Your website is still important, sure, but now you have to be optimizing for YouTube, for TikTok, for Instagram, and maybe most importantly, for communities like Reddit. You've got to get mentioned in articles, on podcasts. Basically, you have to show up wherever the real conversations are happening. Let's make this real. Look at Reddit. You can't just barge in there and start selling stuff. You'll get destroyed. The smart way to do it is with this crawl, walk, run approach. First, you crawl. You just listen, you engage a little, you learn the culture. Then, you walk. You start managing your brand's reputation, maybe building a small community. And only after all that, you run, creating big content pieces, maybe even starting your own subreddit. It's all about earning the right to be there. Part 3. Okay, so we know where we need to be. Now let's look inside our own teams and ask the million-dollar question. How do we actually use AI without just making boring, average stuff? Is it really our colleague, or is it our competitor? I think this picture says it all. On the left, you've got all these unique, interesting, character-filled rooms. And on the right, it's just a sea of sameness. This is the big danger, something called cultural homogenization. When we all start using the same AI tools, asking for the same things, everything starts to look, average. There's this magnetic pull towards the middle. And this really comes down to two totally different ways of thinking. On one side, you have the AI outsourcer. This is someone who uses AI so they can think less. They just hand off tasks, focus on speed, and hope for the best. That's a huge risk. But then you have the AI augmented person. They use AI to think deeper. They give it context, they push back on it, and they use it to make their own judgment even sharper. That's where the real magic happens. This quote from Zoe Scammon just nails it. AI is incredible at spotting patterns from everything it's been trained on, and then just repeating them. But the best work, the stuff that actually stands out and defines a brand, that comes from breaking patterns, not just following them. And you know what? That takes a human. It takes guts. All right, part 4. We've talked a lot about the risks, and they're real. But the payoff for using AI the right way is absolutely massive. So let's shift from the why to the how. Let's look at some smart ways to automate that can actually make a huge difference. Here's the key. Start with the easy wins that have a big payoff. Think about things like capturing and nurturing leads or taking one blog post and automatically turning it into 20 different social media posts. The return on investment for that stuff can be insane, like over 200%. But what should you stay away from automating? Anything that needs real nuance, like handling a PR crisis or giving the final sign-off on creative work. You need a human for that every time. And this automation stuff doesn't have to be some black box. Take this icebreaker workflow, for example. It's brilliant. It starts by grabbing basic info about a business from, say, the Yellow Pages. Then it uses AI to do some quick research on them. After that, it whips up a sample social media calendar, even generates some content and images. And finally, it bundles all of that into a proposal and sends it out. It's a machine for turning data into a warm sales lead. Okay, last part. We've talked about the soul of your brand, the whole search everywhere world, and how to use AI without losing your mind. Now let's pull all these pieces together. Here's your strategy for tomorrow.
This pyramid right here, this is basically your new roadmap. See, everything, and I mean everything, starts at the bottom with amazing, authentic content. But just making it isn't enough. You need to distribute it everywhere we've been talking about. That distribution gets you engagement. Engagement builds your authority. Authority gets you visibility. And at the very top of the pyramid, the new holy grail is getting cited by AI. That just kicks off this amazing loop where you get discovered even more.
So let's boil it all down. What's the game plan? It's really these 4 things. Number 1, build a truly authentic brand. Lead with your heart, with your values. Number 2, be everywhere. You have to master this search everywhere idea. 3, use AI as a partner to make you smarter, not as a replacement for your brain. And 4, automate the smart stuff, the high-return, low-risk tasks that free you up to be brilliant. When you get right down to it, all these new rules for getting seen really boil down to one simple idea. You have to start showing up where your audience and the AIs are actually looking. The world has changed. The question is, have you? Your game plan for the future? It starts right now.